Well, it's wonderful to have you here, and we're very excited about hosting the almond board and the almond industry in California. So we think it's a pretty great venue. It's a wonderful place for farmers to gather, to interact, to enjoy yourselves, and that's what we want you to do. My job is to talk briefly, if I can get this to advance. So I think everyone here knows well the challenges that are ahead of us. Those of you in production agriculture are directly impacted by these environmental issues, the political issues, the economic issues that are facing production agriculture. So this is where we are today, and this is in part why we created the Center for Regen Ag. It's to address some of the same issues that you yourselves have identified as critical issues to address in the years moving forward. So, what does farming for the future look like in the almond industry? Well, in many respects, these production practices in soil health, as Richard has pointed out, could be a path forward for those of you that are interested in how you adapt to a changing climate, to reduced water allocations, to changing economics, skyrocketing fertilizer costs, herbicide, chemical costs, all increasing dramatically. So what is it that you can do as a grower to reevaluate, to reassess, to adjust, to adapt? Because that's what we do best in ag, right? We adapt. And that's what the production practices in soil health management are all about. They have been demonstrated. They have been well researched. You're going to have some of the top scientists talking about some of the latest and greatest information, and they are amazing. And I'm hoping that you're going to be open to that information and assessing how you fit that into your production practice, because everybody's farm is different. Changing the paradigm. Danny, you might recognize that picture. That happens to be off of the Unruh farm. So it's changing the way you think about farming, and that's what the center's about. It's to look at this approach from a different avenue. And I recognize that some of you, this is quite a transition, coming from the very, very clean, very well manicured, very sterile approach, which has been exactly what you've been told to do, into something that is very different, alive, diverse, very different. But the great news, there's a lot of help out there to kind of support you in this transition, because it is a transition in the way you think about farming as well as how you farm. And I don't know how many of you have already participated in the Healthy Soil program that's been put out by the California Department of Food and Agriculture. Let's see a show of hands. Great. A few. If you've noticed those hands that went up, those are the individuals to have lunch with today. Talk to them about how they were able to access this funding. It really is not that complicated. And it's the money that you need in order to make that transition, to kind of help reduce the financial risk associated with putting your toe in the water on some of these interesting types of production practices. And we ourselves are trying to help out as well by putting more boots on the ground. We've got a technical service provider training program with the center. We've also successfully obtained a regional conservation partnership program through NRCS, and I know our NRCS team is here. Raise your hands, NRCS folks. Again, great individuals to have lunch with, to talk about the EQIP program and other ways to get some funding. Where's our RCD representatives? Very nice. Again, RCDs, more technical service providers, there for you to access and to provide support to you in the application process and in designing carbon farm plans and a whole host of other things. So I think it's a really exciting time to be in agriculture. I know that there are challenges ahead, but you've got a great support team around you. And so with that, I welcome you and keep an open mind. And I look forward to interacting with you the rest of the day. Thank you.